I drove 9 hours through a blizzard to surprise my wife on her birthday and overheard her say, "God, I hope he crashes. I could use the insurance." Her sister snorted and added, "Or at least a few months of silence." They laughed. I left the cake on the counter and vanished before sunrise. 3 weeks later, she was begging to talk this out. We'd been together since high school and married 7 years. The last 6 months, she'd been distant, running with her sister's shiny new friends. Our house became starter size. My job became not ambitious. I kept telling myself it was a phase. Looking back, I was just making excuses for the contempt. Her birthday was midweek, so she went to her sister's for a spa weekend. I lied and said I couldn't leave work. I booked a nice dinner, packed her favorite dress, and grabbed her favorite cake. The weather warning said, "Don't." I went anyway. By the time I got there, my jeans were soaked from trudging through unplowed snow. The front door was unlocked. I heard them in the kitchen and my heart lifted until I heard my name. "He's probably on the couch with his headphones on," my wife said, not teasing, spitting it. Her sister said, "At least he's not here ruining your birthday week." I stood there holding that stupid cake. I kept wondering, did she even like me or just what I provided? Then it happened in slow motion. First, her sister mentioned the roads were deadly. Then my wife laughed like it was cute. Next, she said, "God, I hope he crashes." After that, she added, "I could use the insurance." Then there was a tiny pause. "Louder than the storm," her sister said. Months of silence. And finally, they both laughed again. I walked in, set the cake box down, and turned around. Their faces drained instantly. My wife chased me to the doorway calling my name, but I didn't stop. I sat in my car until my hands worked again, then drove to a motel that smelled like cigarettes and defeat and shut my phone off. When I turned it back on, there were dozens of calls and texts. I read none. I messaged my buddy Lucas. "Something happened. Can I crash?" He replied, "Doors unlocked." That's when I realized I couldn't rely on her. I went home while she was still at her sister's, packed what mattered, grabbed my documents, and left. I moved half our joint savings into an account in my name, froze shared cards, changed passwords. Inside, I was in freefall. Was I overreacting? Then I heard that laugh again. A financial advisor showed me what I'd missed. Secret cards, cash withdrawals, and spending way past our means. Suddenly, her level up comments made sense. I wasn't failing her standards. I was subsidizing her image. On day 4, I returned with empty suitcases and removed myself. Clothes, journals, my gaming setup, my grandmother's watch. I left the photos on the walls. Before I locked up, I turned the thermostat down to 62, unscrewed the fridge light bulb, and changed the Wi-Fi password to "I hope he crashes 2023. Petty? Yep, but it was the first time I felt in control. A week later, she showed up at Lucas's place, wrecked and crying. She tried the script, stress, wine, dark humor, and you misheard. I asked her to repeat what she said exactly. She hesitated, so I played the audio. I hadn't recorded her on purpose. I'd left a voice memo running from my drive, logging gift ideas. Her exact words filled the room. Her sister's line followed. The laughter finished it. She reached for my phone. I pulled it back. "Please," she said. "I didn't mean it." I asked one question. "Would you have told me if I hadn't heard it?" She didn't answer. That was the answer. 2 weeks in, she got served separation papers. Her sister posted online about men overreacting. My wife's best friend quietly messaged me, "I'm sorry." She says cruel things when she's trying to look cool. That made my stomach drop, because it meant this wasn't new. I just hadn't been listening. By week 3, my wife asked to meet at a coffee shop. She arrived on time and pulled out handwritten notes like our marriage was a work meeting. She apologized finally, without spinning it. She offered therapy. I didn't say yes. I also didn't say no. I told her the separation would run the full 6 months while I decide what I'm choosing, rebuild or walk away. 90 days after I left that cake, I bought the same one again and set it on my new counter. I texted her a photo. She called immediately. I let it go to voicemail and ate a slice alone, listening to her say she'd accept whatever I decide. Looking back, the insurance comment wasn't even the worst part. It was the laughter, the comfort with my pain. I don't know how this ends. I just know I'm done being the guy who sets himself on fire to keep someone warm.